Who's flying?
390, you are.
Okay.
390, 390.
Hey folks, this is Claudio Texera, founder and CEO of UFLY Simulator Inc. And of course, I'm here today with Captain Dominic and a few other friends in the back seat, which is making fun of my speech. But anyways, welcome back to UFLY Simulator, guys. We are located in Mississauga, Ontario, in beautiful Canada. And tomorrow is Canada Day. Happy birthday, Canada. Anyways, today we're going to fly from Toronto to New York, following a nice procedure at New York approach. We're going to be doing this flight. I'll be the one flying today. I'll be the pilot flying. Dominic be the pilot assisting me. And we're going to go from there. Now, before we continue, I would like to thank you. I have to laugh now. Anyways, I have to thank Chris Norowski from Fly DTA. I also like to thank Giuliano De Luca from Go Live Camera, Go Live TV, and Apple TV, and Roku TV. Guys, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you like this video. We're going to have lots of fun and some entertainment as well. And we'd just like to let you guys know that in no way this is a training simulator for you guys. So we're just showing you as for the entertainment purposes, okay? I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you very much, and welcome aboard. Thanks. All right, Dominic, so what do we have? Talk to me.
We're flying to New York from Toronto. We are taking off from runway 23.
Okay.
And we're anticipating that we'll be approaching, we're landing at runway 13 left in New York. And we have a name for it, don't we? It's called the Canarsie.
It's the Canarsie approach. That's the cool one. Very nice.
So you're going to show us that?
Yeah, right on. Right on. So we have the plane parked on B15, Terminal 3.
Okay.
Right now, we can see outside. If Andrew can change the camera on the outside, you can see that the plane is being loaded with luggage and cargo. The doors are still open. Now, if we change our screen here down below, we can also see that all the doors are still open. Now, first thing for us to do is to do the walk around. Walk around, folks, means every flight the pilot has to go outside and check the plane. So they'll check the tires, they'll check the fuselage, they'll check the engines, they'll check the wings, they'll check everything possible, and to see if there is any wear and tear or any physical damage to the plane. Once that is done, we come back inside, and that's the SA, right?
One more. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's B15 right there. So now we're gonna start a little checks. So I'm gonna check for my oxygen bottle.
Good.
Perfect. Excellent. We're gonna check for the fire. Overdrive test. 1, 2, 3. This is good. And we're gonna check for all the lights on the LEDs to make sure everything is working. This is the time that we'll be calling on the mechanics to fix the light that is important to us. All right?
All good.
All good? Excellent. Captain, let's continue on with the checklist. Here we go.
All right. So, FMC.
FMT is loaded.
All right. Departure briefing.
Departure briefing. We're going to take off on runway 23. Okay? Climbing to 4,000 feet initially. Our climb speed will be, V2 speed will be 148, and a V1 will be 131. So I will be flying the plane. Once we get to the runway and we're clear to take off, I'll have my left hand on the throttles. I'll push forward half a way. Once the engines are stabilized, I will push down the toga, means take off and go around button. That's going to take the plane to about 92% of the engine power. That's all we need for this flight. So, and I'll keep my hand on the throttles until we hear V1. That means point of no return, decision point. So if nothing happens until then, I'll then bring my hand to the yoke, and then we wait for the VR. That's when we're going to pull back and start flying. In case of emergency, before V1, I will then disconnect the auto throttle. I'll bring the throttles to idle position. We'll have the auto brakes on RTO. That means reject takeoff. Then I'll apply the reverse thrust on the engines, and we stop the plane on the runway, and we assess the situation to see if we can remove the plane from the runway or if we have to be on the runway. Then we call the tower and we explain the situation to them. Good? Excellent.
Understood.
Continue on, Captain.
Okay, altimeters.
2992,
2992, cross-checked.
cross-check.
Parking brakes.
Parking brake is off.
Okay. Fuel control switches.
Fuel control switches are still
Cut
cut off, and the fuel pumps are also off.
Okay. Transponder.
Transponder, it's on a standby position.
Okay. Logbook and ETOPS.
Done, set.
Okay. In APU.
Pass test. Passed.
APU, it's running, and it shows that it's on not running. So you can turn the APU on.
Okay.
This is good. We're still on primary exterior power, and you can see right there.
Correct. Okay, so that is the pre-flight checks complete.
Okay, so we're now going to wait for the flight attendants to tell if all the passengers are in, if all the doors are locked. So we don't really have a oh my goodness, I know, passengers. We don't really have passengers, but we can definitely simulate that. Okay, so we're gonna go back here, and we're gonna.
Flight attendants prepare for gate departure.
Actually, we don't need it.
Okay, now they're starting to close the doors,
Okay.
and they do so. We're going to continue on with the beacon lights on, nav logo lights on.
All right. So
We still have three
we're
doors
just waiting for the doors to close.
to close.
And the cargo doors.
Bless you. I know, huh? All right, all the doors are closed. We are now contact the ground, and we're going to request for the pushback. Ground, good afternoon. This is UFLY 777. Requesting pushback, please.
Go ahead.
We are ready for pushback.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake set, please. Parking brake is set. I believe you're supposed to be doing the talk once I'm doing flying, right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that,
No
Captain. Je suis très désolé, Captain.
Inserted. Please release brakes.
Go for it. Tell him brakes released.
Brakes released.
All right.
Pushing back.
Excellent. We're going to push back, and we're going to continue on the
All right. Before start checklist.
'Kay.
We have the external power disconnected.
disconnected.
Cabin windows.
Cabin windows are closed.
All right. Seatbelt signs.
Seatbelt signs are on.
All right. Fuel quantity. We have.
We have 25.6 tons of fuel. That's good enough.
All right. Let's turn the fuel pumps on.
Fuel pumps on. 1, 2, 3,
All engines clear.
4, 5.
Clear push and start. Thank you.
Excellent.
All right. Beacons on. We have the MCB panel.
All
B2
set.
on 148. Runway heading 230. Initial altitude 4,000.
Okay.
All set. CDU and reference speed is set.
All set.
All right. Trim.
Trim. We have trims of 5.26.
52126 units, 0 and 0.
Okay.
And doors.
Doors are locked behind us.
And that's the before start checklist complete.
Okay, I'm gonna start the fuel pumps on. Sorry, the hydraulic pumps. All the hydraulics are good. We've been cleared to start up the engines. So we're gonna start with engine number 1, please. Start engine number
Start
1.
number 1.
Good. Now we go here. There's another glitch that the plane just did.
Parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Okay, towing system is removed. Please wait for my hand signal on your left-hand side. Have a good flight.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Au revoir.
Au
We're
revoir.
back in Canada, right? So
Yes.
French is the official
Yeah,
language.
yeah. In Quebec.
Entire Canada.
Oh, Canada. All right, engine
All right.
number 1 has the fuel flow going in. You can start engine number 2, please.
Engine 2 start.
Engine number 2, the N1 is starting to rotate, as you guys can see over here. Once the oil pressure rises to 7, we can put the fuel flow valve on, and from that moment on, everything is automatic on the 777. The only thing is we have to watch the exhaust gas temperature not to go above the red line. That means the exhaust is overheating. We should have to shut down the engines and redo the process.
And that's why we leave the hands on the fuel control switches. In the event that the EGT rises, we cut off the fuel immediately.
Yes, sir. Right on. Okay,
All
engine
right,
number 2,
EGT
it is
is
stabilized. I'm now going to change this here for a flight control. So we're going to do the check.
Full left.
Full left, go for it, Captain.
Full right. Elevator up. Oh, watch your belly.
Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it.
Elevator down. Left rudder. And right rudder. All controls checked. All good.
Excellent, excellent, my Captain.
Alright, shall we do the after checklist? Start checklist.
Okay, go for it.
Engine NTIs.
Engine NTIs.
Okay.
Auto.
Recall.
Recalls. There are no recalls. Just the TCAS is off. I'm going to turn the TCAS to standby.
Checked. Alright, auto brakes to RTO.
RTO, check.
Flaps set to 5.
Flaps to 5.
Passed.
Alright, final load sheet has been received and flight deck doors are closed and locked.
Right on. So we're clear to taxi the plane. Now we're going to follow this yellow line to the first taxiway here on the right. Okay?
Alright.
Andrew, if you want to show a little bit the tiller, that'll be great. And you can see also the plane here.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask that you direct your attention to the forward part of each cabin, to the TV monitors, for a brief and important message about the safety features and procedures for this aircraft. Please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened, your seats are in the upright position, and the tray tables in front of you secured ready for takeoff.
So we're now making a right turn using the tiller on my right hand. As you guys can see it, the tiller on the bigger planes, they steer the nose wheel. This is just for taxiing the plane, nothing but. It's not for flying, just for taxiing. Okay? Now we're going to go straight all the way to the end of this taxiway, and you guys can see here on the map, and that runway 23 is right over there. Okay, taxi lights are on, runway lights off. So our ground speed right now is 12 knots. That means we're in a good speed. 1 knot. How much is 1 nautical miles, my captain? Talk to me. I know you know the number.
1 knot is 1 nautical mile.
1 nautical mile.
Yeah.
So 1 nautical mile, how much is that in kilometer?
That's approximately 1.8.
1.8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So roughly almost 2 for 1.
Almost.
I almost feel like a pizza, 2 for 1 pizza. Right? So, but that gives you guys an idea that 1 nautical mile on the plane's flying is not actually not in kilometers or miles. It's nautical mile. So 1.8. Okay? It's a little bit more than that. 1.8502, right?
Yeah, so to convert from knots to miles, you multiply by 1.15, and then from miles to kilometers per hour, you multiply by 1.60934.
Wow, this is my captain. He knows a lot. Look at that. Cool. That guy knows a lot. I'm learning from you, my captain. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
All right, so we are in a beautiful Toronto Pearson International Airport. And don't tell me that I have an accent, because my English is perfecto. Potato, potato.
In your own way.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So ground speed is still 12. We're doing good. We're going to make a right turn on the next taxiway to the right, going all the way to the end of the runway. After all, we are a big plane. We need all the runway we can use it to take off. Even though we don't use it all, we like to go all the way to the very beginning of the runway.
Yeah, you paid for it, so use it all up, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the way to the end.
Do we see any
Oh,
plane
look at that
spotters?
little flower there. What is that on the grass?
Oh, never noticed that.
I never noticed either.
We got any plane viewers, plane spotters up there? So for our viewers in Toronto, who's familiar with the area, once we're lined up on runway 23, the tail of the plane is actually facing Airport Road.
Yes, and I used to go there all the time. As a matter of fact, the first time I date my wife, I took her here to see a plane with me on a Sunday. And I bought a little radio, one-way radio,
Yeah.
and planes were coming in. I was listening to them, and I say, "Oh, that's Air France coming from Paris." "How do you know of that?" "It's on the radio." And then the plane coming in. "Oh yeah, it is Air France." Next one is Air Canada coming from London. "How do you know?" "It's on the radio."
So she was impressed, but she didn't complain about.
Well,
oh my god, the whole day watching airplane.
Well, let's put it this way: we got married. Okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Now we clear to line up the plane on the runway 23.
Yeah.
Okay, Captain. So we're still turning. We were the next one online to take off. There's no movement going on unless that plane in front of us. You guys gonna play chicken. All right, we're the big fellas here. Actually, we have no control on the system, how it puts all the planes on it. All right, Captain. So you're gonna be pressing that. Oh, that the plane took off. Okay, that's fine. So he took on the opposite direction, which is runway 05. Okay, are we good to go?
UFLY 777.
All right, strobe lights on,
Clear for
runway
takeoff.
lights on, landing lights on, Captain. And last thing to do.
Cabin crew, take your seats for takeoff.
A little too late. It's okay.
All right, so thrust set on takeoff to about 40%. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. Come on, buddy, cross the runway. Never mind, we wait for you. Keep going. Keep going. Come to Papa. See, we like to add other planes on the system, but then the computer just randomly put planes. He's just crossing the runway. He should wait for us. The tower would have control and telling who waits for who. Don't tell me he's gonna turn
He's
around.
gonna take off, yeah. Looks like it. Nope, he's
Son of-
continuing. He's continuing.
He's continuing?
Diagonal.
All right, good for you. Come on, buddy. Go, go, go. We don't have our time here. Even though I'm getting paid by the hour, that's okay. Well, we gotta go. Captain, when you gotta go, you gotta go. You agree?
Agree.
Mr. Funny Captain. All right, okay, we're clear to go, Captain.
Clear for
I have
takeoff.
control.
You control.
All right. Throttles on halfway. Now toggle is applied. Thrust set is on takeoff. We're going to 91.8% of engine power. Speed is alive.
80 knots.
80 knots check. Cross check. Good stuff. All right.
Rotate.
Here we go.
Two. Positive range.
Gear up, please.
Gear up. LNAV.
Oh, now. And flaps one. Sorry, I did that. See, Andrew? This is definitely to do with the LNAV.
Big
Flaps
track-
up.
big track
Yeah.
up. Yeah. Oh.
See? This is definitely the program of the LNAV.
Cross V knot speed. Alive. And the rudder.
Landing. Landing. Line.
Yes, we are climbing.
Line. Line. Lower contact.
All right. Initial altitude 4,000,
Okay.
and we're
Let's request to climb, continue climbing.
yeah. UFLY 777 Heavy, Toronto Pier, Toronto Center. Request high altitude. All right, we've just been cleared to flight level 390.
Okay, that's perfect. Autopilot's on.
Oh.
You can change that to 1000, you know that, right?
I tried that, didn't work.
You gotta reset.
Yeah.
That's all, see it?
Oh, okay, gotta reset, okay.
You gotta reset, that's all. See, you learned something with me too, Captain. There we
Alright.
go, huh? Okay, after takeoff checklist, please. Landing lights off, taxi lights off.
Gear is up.
Gears up, check.
Flap is up.
Flaps up, check.
NTIs as required. And
As
auto.
required, auto.
Alright, lights are off. And APU. off.
Turn it off. Off. Okay,
That's after
APU is
takeoff
cooled
checklist
down.
Complete.
Perfect, Captain. That's good.
We're turning towards the Lake Ontario.
Yes, there you go. So here we are.
With a little bit of tailwind. That helps us to get to our destination a little quicker.
That's perfect. So we're already reaching 10,000. You can advise the passengers 10,000 feet.
Yeah, I never used like the PA system, that's why.
You don't use that much?
I don't use it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight
Oh, I use this a lot.
attendants will be making their way through the
I use this a lot.
various
Cool.
beverages of your
Like
choice.
when I have kids here, the parents are flying, the kids are there, call them, come over here, help me, press here, press there, entertain them, you know.
Please don't hesitate to ask. Now we'd like you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
And we will.
I sure will.
Okay, we are now reaching 12,000 feet, going to 39. 39, Captain?
39.
Is there a flight
level
plan?
390. Yeah, that's the flight plan.
Right on. All right, if you say so. Our next waypoint is called Bravo Mike Papa Alpha Hotel, and we are about 58.6 nautical miles away from there. And you guys can see here. Andrew, how's the sound coming up on the microphone? As I noticed the engine sounds are too loud. Folks, Andrew, if you want to show a little bit the plane outside, I'm gonna change the view here. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you guys can see Toronto right to the left of the plane. And then as I turn a little bit around, we are now flying over Lake Ontario. And to the right of us, that will be Lake Erie. So if you guys don't know Canada much, so this is Welland Canal. That's where all the big ships come from one lake, Lake Erie to Lake Ontario. And this is also Niagara River, with Niagara Falls being right over there. That's the famous Niagara Falls. So this is Canada, and that's US.
Standard pressure. Standard pressure. Passing
Right on.
level,
Standard.
0.
All right.
Awesome.
We are now reaching 20,000 feet. We are going to 39,000, or as we say, flight level 390.
Yeah. We're climbing quick. This 777 has got a climbing power.
Yes, sir.
Huge engines.
So this approach we're doing in New York, it's a very cool approach. Can you tell us a little bit, Captain?
It's interesting. It mimics the approach in Hong Kong, actually. So we're coming in to the runway on an angle, and we'll be making a visual right turn onto the runway.
Okay.
But do you know the reason for doing that? I don't know the reason.
Well, that's the Canarsie approach is one of the most one used in New York, JFK.
Yeah.
Now there's Niagara Falls right here. Where's Niagara Falls? Right there. See, those are the falls. Now the river looks like a snake. As a matter of fact, I was last week in Brazil in a river called Snake,
Okay.
which was called the Anaconda Snake, and I did see an anaconda about 8 meters long.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
right on the tree.
Were you
Of
scared?
course. Well, she was there and was here. You know, I said hi. She didn't say anything, but I kept my distance. You know, just in case.
Social distancing.
I also saw a crocodile. I was actually in that day. I was in a boat, but yeah, I mean, we have guidance there all the time, and they say we are on the nature, so anything can happen. So we try to be as safe as possible. But the animals actually they hide because of too many people. They're more afraid of us than we are afraid of them. All right, so now, Gabriel, how we're gonna put this? Oh, I think we're gonna have to wait until we get a little closer to the airport. All right, we are just now coming into U.S. territory. We are now flying over New York State. As you guys can see here, we just crossed the Canada-U.S. border over Lake Ontario. And this flight is actually just a little bit over an hour and 15 minutes. We're not gonna show the whole flight. We are now reaching 29,000 feet, and we're going to jump forward all the way to a start of descent. So folks, we'll see you guys very shortly. I hope you enjoy your flight so far, or takeoff, and we'll get back to you in a minute, okay? Thank you, and cut. All right, so we're back on. Dominic, Andrew, it's recording. Okay, guys, we're back on again. We're now going to start our top of descent. We're almost in New York, so we're going to start to descend to 32,000 feet. As we do so, we still we had some technical issues here. We fix that. Amen to that. We lost the two engines, and we were able to keep our speed with this descent for 36,000 to 34,000. Actually 39 to 34,000. We just lost a little bit of altitude, but we kept the speed until we could restart the engine. So everything is fixed and good to go. Amen to that. So our next waypoint is Yoda. Not Yoga, it's Yoda. And we are just about 2.3 nautical miles away from it. And as we do so, Gabriel, I'm going to ask you to do your magic here with the JFK. JFK should be not there. JFK is here. Okay, JFK. And we are doing, which runway are you doing, Dominic, Captain?
13 left.
13 left. All right, that should be the one there. Yep, okay. All right, so we're gonna keep that for now? Okay, cool. Thank you, Gabriel.
All right, and let's do our descent checklist,
Okay.
shall we, Claudio?
Go for it, Captain.
All right, seatbelt signs
Seatbelt signs are on.
on. All right, altimeter and flight instruments.
Altimeter is still in standard.
Okay. Reference speeds.
Reference speeds.
We're gonna use flap 30 for landing.
Yes,
Reference
sir.
Speed 134.
Okay, and that's
that's set.
VREF speed is set 134 plus 5.
All right, auto brakes.
Auto brakes on number 2.
All right, recall and notes.
Recalls, no notes.
All right.
All good.
All right, arrival briefing. Arrival briefing.
That'll be the next one. Arrival briefing. That's great. Let's go for it. So we're doing the Canarsie approach, which is going to take us on the north side of Manhattan. We're going to fly, having Manhattan to the left side. We're going to go all the way to the ocean, make a 90 degrees turn, then another 90 degrees. That will make 180, of course. 90 plus 90, it's 180 degrees. And then we're flying around Manhattan. This approach is because we're not allowed to fly over Manhattan City for obvious reasons, of course. And then close to the runway 13 left, which is 13 Lima, we are going to be a 90 degrees turn, and that is going to be a very cool approach. Now, in case of misapproach, Captain, we will do, in case of misapproach, we will go to direct to Delta Papa Kilo at 4,000 feet, and we hold it at that altitude, and we wait for the TOW instructions. So Delta Papa Kilo is about 22 nautical miles away from the runway.
All right. And minimums.
Minimums, okay.
Let's check your flight charts for minimums.
Minimums will be 440.
440, all right. All right, 440 set on my side and your side as well.
Yes,
and
sir.
That is the descent checklist complete.
All right, that's good stuff. So we're about 57.6 nautical miles away from Papa India Juliet Alpha Yankee
Or PJ.
or PJ. All right. So we are now descending. We are now approaching 25,000 feet, going to 4,000 feet.
I was gonna make a joke earlier. You were in your PJs.
You almost did.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we request that you install your electronic devices until we are signaled time to begin. We also ask that you extinguish all smoking materials. If final preparations are ready, please make sure your seatbelts are straight up. Your tray tables are stowed, and any carry-on luggage you may have brought on board with you is underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. Your flight attendants will be passing through the cabin from last time to do their final compliance checks and accept the remaining customs answers.
All right.
Cabin crew, 20 minutes to landing.
Very good, Captain.
Good.
So we are now approaching 23,000 feet. Once again, going to 4,000. We are right on the RNP 400, and we have the RNP at 2.0 and the ANP 0.01, which is good. So we're right on the profile of descending. The engines are still running pretty good. We have a good speed of 237 knots, which would be something around 400 kilometers an hour.
And we are, how far are we now? We're about 65 nautical miles from touchdown. So that's just a little over 16 minutes from now.
Perfect.
Touching down.
Right on.
All right.
So we're descending about 1,800 feet per minute, and you guys can see here, I hope the camera can show the vertical speed, and it's right there, 1850. That's how much we're descending per minute. And the little needle pointing down, that's actually our vertical speed. Now, I lost my keyboard. Captain, if you want to show a little bit the outside view of the plane.
Oop. I had it. There we go.
All right. And do you want to show the viewers those two beautiful handsome pilots? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And a little closer. And that's us right there. Hello. Hi, guys. Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful plane. I can't stop falling in love with that plane. Beautiful, beautiful plane.
It is.
All right, we are now approaching 19,000 feet. You want to give me the keyboard?
Oh, sure.
I'll put it over here.
Okay.
Andrew is sending me some message. some nice videos. Something is going on here.
All right.
$18,000. We're now gonna go for the barrel. Once we pass 18,000, it's gonna call for the message. And here we go. 2992.
2992.
Here we go. That's perfect. So as you guys can see here on the MD navigation display, there we are, right on the profile. We're going to PJ. We are about 34.4 nautical miles away from it. Then we're making about 90 degrees turn here, and then fly a little bit, making another 90 degrees right away. So about 180 degrees turn, basically, and that's gonna take about just about 10 kilometers for us to that turn. It's a big plane, and we turn nice and easy for the passengers. We don't want to scare them or having them having any issues with their drinks, right?
No.
So then it's fly direct to approach Canarsie. We're gonna go to the next waypoint. Will be a south, then CRI, then DMYHL or Delta Mike Yankee Hotel Lima, which is another 2.6 nautical miles, and then we'll have visual on runway 13 Lima to the right side. We got a little bit of turbulence. I can see the plane shaking a little bit. Shake, shake, baby. Shake, shake, baby. Right on. Oh, do you think it's funny, Captain?
Funny first officer.
Oh, yes. No, I thought, do you think I'm funny,
Oh,
Captain?
Yes, it's funny.
There you go. You can start to see Manhattan to the left. Still a little bit of clouds. This is the upper Manhattan with the Hudson River right here. Okay, that means we are flying over New Jersey. And if you look a little bit here, this is Teterboro Airport. That's actually where Captain Sally tried to land it. So he tried to go there, but didn't have enough altitude to go. A little further down on the right, it will be Newark Airport. And then the Atlantic Ocean is right in front of us. Now, we are now flying over the upper Manhattan. And Manhattan is this long and straight island going all the way to the Statue of Liberty. This is excellent. So approaching 13,000, you have a little bit of turbulence on the plane, which is very normal. And right in the little break in the clouds, we can see the lower Manhattan. 21 nautical miles for us to start to turn, Captain.
That's correct.
We're going to keep our speed. So what the tower is telling us about the speed?
Maintain 250 knots below 10,000 feet.
Okay, cool. So we're right on the target. And this is a very cool approach. Really looking forward to be doing that. Now, guys, these clouds here are so realistic. This is an extra scenery that we bought to have in the system. Look at how the clouds look so nice. It is very cool. So we're now flying a little bit over New Jersey, almost getting closer to over the Hudson River. And I can see the middle Manhattan here with the Empire State Building right over there. And then the lower Manhattan, which we don't have the new World Trade Center or the old ones. I think they removed it in respect. Now, JFK right over there. Look at that. And that's how we're going, folks. $10,000 feet, almost there.
Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you store any electronic
And there it is. There she is. The Statue of Liberty right there.
The use of such devices could interfere with the electronic landing equipment on board the aircraft. In final preparation for landing, please ensure your seatbelts are
Clear view of the runway to the left.
There you go, right there.
And your tray tables are stowed. Any hand luggage should be underneath the seat in front of you or placed in the overhead locker. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to complete their final compliance check and to collect any remaining caps or glasses.
So we're below 10,000 feet. We're gonna continue our speed a little bit over 250 knots. The tower told us to continue on. They didn't give any restrictions to be below 250 as yet. So what did they tell us about reducing our speed, Captain? Once we make a left turn to a south, we're gonna slow down to 200.
240. 240.
Okay. Okay. Nothing happened, guys. That's why you never use the phone on the plane. Okay, you can scare the pilot, and you can give them a heart attack. Oh my God, that's a good one. Heart is pumping. Okay, we're going to slow down a little bit before that because this is actually giving us a speed of 205 to land. We gotta figure that out.
No, that's fine. We'll manually intervene the speed.
Okay. As the
we
tower
go slower.
advises us to do so, right?
Have to go slower. So I'm gonna apply a bit of spoilers.
Yeah, you can use slow down to 200. So we can do that manually right there. To 200, that's perfect. We are now using the spoilers, and I'm gonna show you guys the outside view. What the spoilers are right there. See? So that slows us down in the air. It creates drag, so it slows down the plane. So 6,000 feet. We are good.
Cabin crew, take your seats for landing, please.
And flaps 1. We are good in speed, Dominic. Perfect. Perfecto. That's my captain right there. That's perfect. And we have flaps 1 in green. Before landing checklist, Captain. Is that the one already? Yes.
Approach checklist.
Approach checklist.
Radios and courses.
Set.
All right. Altimeters 2992.
2992. Check.
Pushback. Alerting the crew for landing.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. And maps and charts correct and confirmed.
Here we go. And here we are, right there. You guys can see what the plane is. So we're gonna do the Canarsie approach, which is a very cold one.
All right.
Okay, slow down to 180. That was the tower telling us to do so. And flaps 5.
All right. I'm gonna set for the descent to 2,000.
That's perfect.
As per the last waypoint is DMYHL is 1,200 feet. So
Okay, excellent.
actually, I'll set it to 1,200 feet as well. That's our final altitude before
This is
our
perfect.
right turn.
Just gonna slow down a little bit here. Just gonna turn this off, Dominic, because of that plane coming in.
Yeah. About 15.
Flap 15, please.
Okay. About 15 set.
Good. That's another plane flying nearby. There you go. That's perfect. And we are going to have flaps 20, please.
Speed check about 20.
And landing gear down.
And gear down.
Runway lights on, please. And before approach checklist.
All right, landing checklist.
Before landing checklist, sorry.
Yeah. Lights on.
On.
Gear
check.
down.
Gear down in green.
Speed brakes
Armed.
armed. And flaps.
Flaps 30 and final speed is 134 plus 5.
All right, that will give us 139 on the MCP, and that is the landing checklist complete.
All right, so that's the airport right there. We're still flying the autopilot. We are just about 2 nautical miles from the next waypoint called Delta Mike Yankee Hotel Lima, and then we're going to start to make a right turn. We are approaching 1,800 feet. And I have control.
You have control.
Autopilot disconnect.
Confirm.
Really, yeah? So we're gonna start make a right turn. It's a very cool approach, and actually that 13 right.
And we usually like to set our go around altitude.
Yep, which will be 4,000, correct?
Correct.
You got it.
1,000.
1,000 feet, check.
And stable.
What's going on there? You guys okay in the back? Everything's okay?
Approaching 1-3 left.
We're still a little bit above. All right. They can't control themselves. That's all right.
Approaching minimums. 500. Minimums.
Runway in sight.
Landing.
400.
Confirm landing.
Confirm.
300. 200. 100.
Auto throttle disconnect.
50. 40. 30.
A little bit to the right.
10.
Reverse thrust.
Reverse the screen.
Went a little bit off the center line. Okay, 80 knots.
Manual braking. Approaching 3-1 right.
All right, so where are we going now, Captain?
Where's the terminal?
To the terminal, which will be right here to the right. Okay, you can turn the strobe lights off and the landing lights off. Now, if you want to go to after landing checklist, please. Hey guys, wait a little bit.
After landing checklist, APU is on as required. Yes.
On and-
on. It's on. Yeah, I started it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it just takes time to spool up.
Sorry.
No problem. Any eyes?
Anti-ice off position.
Right. Exterior lights.
Still
All
light
off
as
except,
required.
taxi. Okay.
Okay.
All brakes are off. Speed brakes are down.
Perfect. Check.
Flaps are up.
Flaps are up.
And TCAS on standby.
On standby, right there.
That's after landing checklist complete.
That's perfect. And we are going to Terminal 4, which is the newest terminal right here to the right. And our gate is on the new terminal, Terminal 4, right over there. Okay, we can turn the taxi lights off. We are on the patio, it's daytime, we don't need that.
Okay, we have the APU running. That's good.
APU is running, that's good. So we're a little bit almost there, folks. And by the way, welcome to New York.
Yay.
So that's our gate right there. It is actually a beautiful tower, beautiful terminal. I've been to New York JFK quite a few times in my life. I used to remember the old round terminal that was the TWA terminal
Okay.
on the 70s. Was very, very unique back then. And there we go right here. And now they demolished that down the building. They built the Terminal 4, which is pretty much looks like the new Terminal 1 in Toronto Pearson Airport.
Okay.
Pretty much identical, I would say. Okay, the roof, round roof with a lot of, see that? With a lot of glasses.
Probably the same designer, maybe?
Probably. I'm not sure about that, but I would say probably yes, sir. We're almost there, folks. And parking brake set.
Brake set.
All right.
All
Parking
right.
checklist, please.
Do that. Park checklist, fuel control switches, now coming off.
Perfect.
Okay, parking brakes are set. Seatbelt sign off. And hydraulic systems off.
We're gonna turn it off.
Yep.
So we're starting with the right engine, and then left electric, and C1, C2 off. Fuel pumps off.
Fuel pumps off, yes. Beacons off. Alright, flight directors are off.
Off.
And
And
logbook.
auto thrum off. Caution lights off.
Alright,
And we can unlock the door behind us. This is good.
this is good,
Excellent. That will conclude our flight, Captain. Pleasure flying with you.
as always.
Folks, once again, thank you very much for joining us today. Thanks everybody for being watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. It was a very cool landing at the Canarsie approach at JFK, runway 13 left. Now, once again, I'd like to thank Giuliano De Luca, Chris Norowski from Fly DGA. I'd like to thank Giuliano from Go Live TV, Apple TV, Roku TV. Guys, thank you very much. This is once again Claudio Teixeira from UFLY Simulator in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. That was Dominic Chang, our captain today. Thank you very much, folks. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Good night. Bye-bye.
No.